They wore our red jersey with pride. They kissed the badge with conviction. They promised us everything. But when it mattered most, they walked away. Not quietly, not respectfully, but like traitors. This is Arsenal's history of betrayal. 10. Hleb, the one who chose shadows over light. Elegant, elusive. When Hleb glided, it was like art. 2007 to 2008, our title charge. He was magic. Fabregas to Hleb, to Adebayor, fluid football. But then he wanted more. Barcelona came knocking. He forced the move. Even tapped up by Barca in a restaurant. He left. Said he needed sunshine. And what did he get? The bench. Oblivion. He called it a mistake. Tried to return. But Arsenal moved on. He gave up greatness for glitter. 9. Bakary Sagna, the silent snake. Mr. Reliable. One of the best right-backs in the league. Year after year he showed up, even when others didn't. We loved him for it. But then his contract expired. City offered gold and trophies. He walked. For free. To our rivals. He said, I gave everything to Arsenal. But when we needed loyalty, he gave us silence. Not even a proper goodbye. Became one of those who left us behind. The ones who joined the other side. Quiet. Clean. But betrayal nonetheless. 8. Alex Song. From nobody to somebody. To nobody again. From unknown to unmissable. Alex Song blossomed under Wenger. That 2011 to 2012 season was unreal. Midfield general. Assist machine. Those lofted passes to Van Persie were iconic. But the moment Barca came in, he jumped. He thought he'd made it. But he was benched. Forgotten. Just another name in the Camp Nou crowd. He later said, I left for money. I didn't even care if I played. You may admire his honesty, but his loyalty is still none. We built him. He used us. Then admitted it. 7. William Gallas, the captain who turned on his own. He came from Chelsea. Raised eyebrows, but he played. A defender with a bite. Then he got the armband. But leadership? He didn't understand it. 2008. Birmingham. Eduardo's injury. Title hopes hanging. We draw. And Gallas? He sits down in the middle of the pitch. Throws a tantrum. Like a child. The team watches confused. The fans? Furious. He later blamed the kids in the squad. Questioned their heart. Their fight. The captain turned on his team. And where he left, Tottenham, became the first player to play for Chelsea, Arsenal and Spurs. 6. Cesc Fabregas. The lost son who never found his way home. He was our golden boy. Plucked from Barca's academy. Raised in London. Moulded by Wenger. By 21 he wore the armband. By 23 he carried the club. But the heart always wandered. Barcelona whispered, and he listened. 2011 he forced the move. Even faked injuries. Captain. Leader. Gone. We were gutted, but we understood. It was his home. We thought he'd come back someday. Then 2014. He was available. We had first refusal. But Wenger said no. And where did he go? Chelsea. And he won the league. Twice. He celebrated in front of us. Didn't look back. The lost son never returned. 5. Alexis Sanchez. From warrior to mercenary. There was a time Alexis Sanchez was Arsenal. Fierce. Relentless. A warrior. We loved him. He gave everything until he didn't. Frustration brewed. The smiles disappeared. Then came the rumours. January 2018. He left. To Manchester United. Not abroad. Not for glory, but for money. The Mkhitaryan swap was a joke. And United fans? They got played too. He flopped. The piano? Embarrassing. But for us, it wasn't his failure that hurt. It was that he walked out right when we needed him most. He gave us his prime, then turned cold. Another name on the betrayal list. 4. Samir Nasri. The sweet talker turned snake. He was supposed to be our future. Young, slick, creative, a joy to watch. Nasri was magic with the ball at his feet. And he knew it. But behind that smirk, something darker was brewing. 2010 to 2011. He had his best season in an Arsenal shirt. 15 goals, countless assists, carrying our midfield while Fabregas was half out the door. But instead of staying to build, he chose to cash in. Manchester City came calling, and Nasri didn't even blink. He didn't leave quietly either. No, he had to talk. I left for trophies. I didn't feel the love. He mocked Arsenal fans, insulted the Emirates atmosphere. He said we lacked ambition. The same fans who sang his name were now burning his shirt. And when he returned to the Emirates, he didn't hide. He smirked. He taunted. And worst of all, he lifted the Premier League trophy just a year later. We gave him a stage. He gave us betrayal. 3. Emmanuel Adebayor. The celebration that broke us. Adebayor, he was explosive. On his day, unplayable. In 2007 to 2008, he scored 30 goals. We believed in him. We trusted him. But he didn't trust us back. He flirted with Milan, Barcelona, anyone who would listen. Then, like many before him, he took the City money. But the betrayal wasn't the move. It was what came after. September 2009, City versus Arsenal. He scores. And what does he do? He runs the length of the pitch, slides in front of the Arsenal fans, arms out. smirking, taunting. It wasn't just disrespect, it was war. Even City fans were shocked. He later said, "They disrespected me first, but that celebration, it still haunts us. Not just for what it meant, but because it showed how far he'd fallen. He didn't just leave, he tried to humiliate us." 2. Ashley Cole. He came through our academy, a London boy, one of our own, part of the Invincibles. He knew what it meant to wear that badge, until Chelsea flashed some cash. The story? He was offered a new deal, but he said he almost crashed his car when he saw it. Why? Because it was £5,000 less than what he wanted. £5,000. That was enough for him to turn blue. Literally. Chelsea gave him the money, and he walked out. We were stunned, hurt. He didn't just leave, he joined our rivals. And then, he won everything. But he never apologised, never looked back. We called him Cashley. He laughed. Another boy who forgot where he came from. On for Robin van Persie, from captain to Judas. He was the captain, our leader, our talisman. We stood by him through 8 long years of injuries. We waited, believed, prayed. Then came 2011 to 12. He finally delivered. 37 goals. Unstoppable. World class. We thought, finally, now we build around him. Instead, he dropped that letter. An open letter. Cold, calculated, saying he wouldn't renew. Claiming disagreements with the club's direction. We knew what that meant. Manchester United, the enemy. He joined them. And just like that, he won the title. In his first season, he even said, "Listening to the little boy inside me." That little boy shattered millions. He kissed the United badge while we watched, empty-handed, heartbroken. He didn't just leave, he climbed to the top, on our backs. The biggest betrayal in Arsenal history. In football, they say loyalty is dead, but for fans, it still lives. These weren't just transfers, they were heartbreaks. Moments where legends turned into villains. Some we booed, some we cursed, some we still cry over. But the question is, who hurt us the most? Let me know in the comments, and remember, Arsenal never forget. Not today, not ever.